What time is it? It's Packard Folks at time. Hat? Check. Shirt? Check. Pants? Optional. Mug? Double check. Check us out at cafepress.com/PackardPokesat where you can get all this great merchandise and more.
Do you like Packard Pokesat and want to hear it on demand and on the go? Download the free app today at Stitcher.com. Available on iOS, Android, Nook, and iPad.
This is Packard Pokesat, and I'm poking at your news. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This is Packard Pokesat, the Midweek Show. This is episode 442. Connie, what do you have for us today?
Can you hack but not shoot? The FBI may ease entry for cyber agents.
That's
So aspiring federal agents who can hack a computer with ease but can't shoot their way out of a paper bag. That's discouraging. Could soon find the FBI to be more welcoming. In a series of recent speeches, FBI Director James Comey has hinted that the Bureau may adjust its hiring requirements to attract top-notch cyber recruits, the better to compete with private sector companies who can lure the sharpest tech minds with huge salary offers.
nice.
Yeah.
All right,
So-
I'm going to go sign up right now.
See, yeah, there you go. They're floating the idea of scrapping the requirement that agents who leave the FBI but want to return after 2 years must re-enroll in the Bureau's storied but arduous Quantico, Virginia Training Academy. He's also lamented half-jokingly that otherwise qualified applicants may be discouraged from applying because of their fondness for marijuana.
You like to smoke the ganja. Well, I guess we won't be hiring you. Maybe that'll make it more creative. Hey, man, what if his password is like, let's try that. Whoa, I got in, man. Wow.
He suggested the FBI may need to build its own university to groom cyber talent and questioned whether every member of the cyber squad actually need to be a gun-carrying agent.
You know, I always hear about people grooming somebody else for a position or whatever. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me, but I always picture them holding up against it like, sit nicely, and I'll brush your hair. You know, that kind of grooming.
I picture my cats doing a whole yoga pose and licking their rear end, and it just is like, no, I don't want to go there. So the FBI doesn't want you to be, shoot a gun, but be limber.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So I just found that interesting that they're, maybe they're moving on into the 21st century or something. But
speaking of,
this is on the AP.
Okay, speaking of, I don't have this story pulled up, but I remember hearing about it just the other day. As a matter of fact, you had talked about how some people had bought those adult vibrators that were hooked up to their phone, and they could.
Yes.
Apparently, well, there's another one that's out there. It actually has a camera built into it, and that company was also getting sued because apparently that one, they're afraid that one was being able to be hacked, and that one actually has a camera built right into the device.
Where?
A camera in the device?
Yeah, there's a camera in the vibrator, so you can see what's going on inside.
What?
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I don't, like I said, I don't have that story up here right now at this exact moment, but I remember hearing about it. So another company that does those type of toys, well, apparently they were getting sued also because apparently they're being
infiltrated. They're being infiltrated.
They're being infiltrated in a very more personal way. I mean, I didn't care about the data being
without consent.
I didn't really mind about the data. It's like, hey, you use this thing for X amount of time. Big deal. You don't see anything. But the other ones, because it has a camera in it, they could see everything. Talk about going to places the unknown, okay?
Yeah.
Or no
there's that.
Maybe.
All right, that probably you probably just explain that joke because we're gonna get flagged for that one, Packard.
Speaking of which, by the way, really quickly here, not that I want to leave Tom out here. If you've been hearing about this, the Google revenues have been just plummeting across the board for pretty much everybody. And I thought, well, because of the fact is that, we're a very small channel, and I went through everything, and nothing seems to be demonetized. But from what some of the other people showed on theirs, the timeline, it's in the same time frame that the other ones did, where it went on right around the same day. So we as atheists, I think we're being, well, if you talk about religion or atheism or whatever like that, they don't want to hear it because advertisers don't like it. So they're trying to make us leave, I think. Well, they've got it.
I don't think it's just us, though. I mean, it is across the board. I've heard the same things being banded around by religious people too. It's just
that's what I'm saying. That even if you talk about religion or whatever like that, it's like somebody else. He talks about anti-ISIS things, and it has the word ISIS in the tags or on the video itself. It gets flagged and demonetized because, like, if it was a pro-ISIS video, which it's not. So it's like they don't want you to talk about anything controversial whatsoever, which kind of blows.
What's ironic? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to point out, I think The Amazing Atheist or TJ Kirk did a video about this. And apparently, if you were to create a new channel right now, you can't even use the word atheist in the channel name.
Yeah, that's what he said, because he changed it to TJ Kirk, and they tried changing the word back to atheist or put The Amazing Atheist back in there. It says that's not an approved name. I haven't tried it myself to see if he was correct or not, but maybe he's right. I don't know. I have a chance. I'd have to try it myself to find out, to be sure. But yeah, that seems to be that very well. We've always said that that this platform is not a free speech protected platform, and I've defended that. And personally, not that we get a lot of money from doing this anyway. So nothing's changed for us overall. Tom, all right, welcome back, Tom. What was that story you were trying to tell us before Google decided to shit all over you?
Basically, Steve Bannon was on his way out, I think.
Yeah, you were talking about Steve Bannon going to hell in a handcart.
I think they finally realized what a nut job he was. He was the head of National Security Council.
Yeah,
and he got bumped from that in favor of, again, I can't find his first name again.
Wasn't he white? Wasn't he like a white nationalist?
You're thinking of Avery's or something like that. What is not Avery's? What is his name? The one that's head of the FBI or something that got put in. McMaster's
is the guy. McMaster is the guy who's replacing him.
Ah, okay. I have no idea who he is. I've been kind of offline because my phone's been fucking offline for fucking days.
I'm looking at AP, and it says the senior White House official would not comment on who was responsible for the changes, but said that there was a reflection of the confidence the president has in McMaster, and were not in response to a recent controversy linked to the NSC.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Trump doesn't do anything without a controversy about 5 feet behind him. He goes to the bathroom and there's a fucking toilet plug right after he leaves. So I find that very hard to believe that there's not something more to it than this.
It was something I'm pretty sure it was something on Fox News or in Twitter that set him off, but I don't know.
Yeah. He probably finally figured out that and probably from some higher paid cable shows had been able to put out videos where they were kind of put this information into his realm. That's like, hey, Bannon says something, and then Fox News repeats what he says, and it goes out to back out to Twitter or whatever, then comes back to him, and so he's like regurgitating everything he just said, one way or the other. So it was a big ass round robin for him.
You say regurgitate, and I immediately think of robins feeding their babies.
I think it was Putin. Putin doesn't like him, so he told Trump to get rid of him.
That's what it was. He didn't let Putin win that last golf game. The one he picked out of Key Largo.
Yeah.
Putin spooned with Trump and whispered in his ear. He says, "You got to get rid of Bannon." Okay.
Hey, Trumpy. Hey, that Bannon guy? Yeah. Well, I don't like him. He's gone. I'll consider him gone.
Bannon keeps trying to make it a threesome.
Hey,
he's like, I don't go that way.
Bannon, get out of here.
I go the.
I needed that laugh.
After the week I've had too, the last several days I needed that laugh too. So, anyway,
who's done with their taxes?
I did mine like months ago, man. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, done.
It was about a month ago. Yeah.
I did mine like February 1st, and then I took them a couple weeks to get everything straightened out because there was a error on my part. So that there's that. Atheist Ranger, what have you got?
Well, speaking of all this internet garbage, Trump officially, I'm sure most of you heard, officially signed some bill that will allow internet providers to sell your browser history to anyone without your permission.
Quickly erasing browser history.
Yep.
No.
I don't care if they want to see what kind of porn I've been watching. I really don't care. You want a list? I'll make you a list. I'll even send you up to the right videos so you can enjoy them.
Well, the reason most people are upset by this is because pretty much it's not just ad people. Also, was it the police? The police can get you browser history without a warrant.
Yes. Yeah. No, I've heard about that. Yeah. No, I agree that the whole situation is just untenable. The fact is that ISPs can now get this information. You know what? There's one funny part about all this, that while he was there to sign the bill in front of a whole bunch of witnesses and whatnot, a reporter threw him off his game literally by just asking him a question. Then he got up and walked out of the room and forgot to sign the document.
I don't know if that he forgot. I think he just was rage quitting. But yeah, Pence is like he pointed at the bill and Trump's like waving him. I'll sign it in the other room. Wasn't that awesome?
Yeah. Fucking
board flip. Video game board flip. Yeah.
Yeah. There is a big movement by somebody, I'm not sure exactly who, that they are looking to buy the browser history of all the senators who put this bill forward to begin with. And I'm not sure what it's up to, but apparently from what I've heard, they're pretty close to meeting their goal or over their goal. It's one of those two, that they want to be able to buy that history so they can publish it just like they want to do to us. And I think that's a great thing that they could be doing. Actually, that's awesome job. That's an awesome job. Did you have more on that, Atheist Ranger?
No, that's all I got. That was noteworthy in my opinion.
Okay.
While we are poking at your news, you can poke us at Facebook and Twitter, or poke us with an email at ppapodcast@gmail.com, or leave us a message at 662-709-PPAP. Join us live on YouTube/Packard Pokesat on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time. Be part of the conversation by live chatting with us during the show. Enjoy the show? Help support us by becoming a monthly patron at patreon.com/Packard Pokesat. Or look awesome by buying something at cafepress.com/Packard Pokesat. No money, no problem. You can help us by sharing the show with friends and rate us on iTunes and Stitcher. For everyone that shares and rates us, you kick ass.
The Atheists,
the Bible,
and No Wardrobe, the podcast.
Wait a minute. No wardrobe? You mean we're going to be naked while we do this?
Well, seeing how I'm an atheist and I'm reading the Bible, and since clothes are flammable, fire, I thought it might be a good idea to take them all off first.
Naked or not, follow along as we read, analyze, and try to keep you from falling asleep as we go through this boring-ass book.
Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spreaker. Who knows? We may even be on YouTube someday. We don't talk about sports on this show much, hardly ever. But this came to my attention. Apparently, Tom Brady's worn jersey went missing after his historic performance in Super Bowl LI. I don't know what that is. It's
51.
51.
Thank you, Ranger.
Hey, someone knows Roman numerals fucking better than I do.
I drew a poster for it. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently locating the lost piece of memorabilia required the NFL to call in the fucking FBI.
Oh, I heard about
Are you fucking kidding me? We have fucking national resources are going to be used by the FBI to recover a piece of fucking clothing. Fucking go to the store down at your goddamn Walmart and buy another one. You wasted millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars on fucking looking for a piece of cloth somebody just happened to wear. Big fucking hairy deal. Holy shit. Talk about wasting resources.
It was a 19-year-old who was on the internet looking around. He was looking in memorabilia on like eBay sites and stuff, and he's the one who found it too. Called it in.
Really? Now that part I didn't see that.
The FBI says, "Hey, you want a job application for be a hacker with us?" No, I don't know that he did that, but it just
yeah. Apparently, here the NFL announced Monday morning. Now this is from earlier this last month. Now this is the first time hearing about it, so this is the only reason why I'm bringing it up now. That they found through the cooperation of NFL, the New England Patriots security teams, and the FBI and other law enforcement authorities, the Super Bowl 51 jersey was worn last month by MVP Tom Brady had been recovered. So apparently, now this is what I heard the way the story went, that he was apparently out on the field with somebody, and one of his buddies ran out to the field, and while he was like showcasing it, he ran up to him and he snatched it out of his hand and he ran off with it. So to, make fun of him for losing the goddamn thing to begin with. But the whole notion of the FBI getting involved in this because somebody took a piece of cloth. Fucking give me a goddamn break.
But football, Packard.
I only knew about this story because I live with two Patriots fans, which is literally hell on earth.
You have my condolences.
I was rooting
not
for
stopped talking since the Super Bowl.
I was rooting for Atlanta.
Me too.
Anybody but the Patriots. I'm sorry. I have their Deflategate involved my Seahawks, and I'm still pissed about that.
I am so pissed too because how the fuck do you lose a 28-3 lead?
Yeah. I personally don't give two rats asses about sports. The fact is, for me, the fact is that they use FBI resources to look for a piece of cloth that they could have just gone, you know what? Hey, let's just do this. We'll just swap it out, and they'll just say, this is the real one. No one's going to know.
I don't know about this Brady jersey, but I have this thing called Shroud of Turin or something. I don't know. I just throw it away. That's useless. Some guy wiped his face with it. It's all muddy.
Apparently, yeah. Well, the Shroud of Turin's been proven to be a hoax anyway, so that's beyond.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
For some people,
April Fool. Yeah.
For hey, I'm going to put a face on this and watch what happens. I guess for some people think, well, hey, this is important because it's part of history or whatever. Just I suppose some people would say, well, this is no different than the ruby slippers that the actress wore for The Wizard of Oz, things like that. And fine, if you want to make that argument, fine. But personally, it's fucking football. There's a new game all the time. Fucking get over it.
Other than actual football fanatics, who remembers who was the winning team in any year, let alone their quarterback and stats? Now, I do know people like this. I'm not saying that. I know a lot of people who actually live for those stats. But yeah.
Me
so my football fandom is a form of self-defense.
I'm sorry, Connie. On behalf of my male genders, I apologize for dragging the ladies into this shit, because the fact is that they want to feel included on this crap, because apparently we have no self-control when a man carries a ball across the field and other men run after him.
Well, it plays up to my love of trivia, so I'm like, oh, okay, I can survive this. So with my husband, it's fishing. So
there's this poster or plaque thing you can buy, and then it says why fishermen really go fishing, and above the water you see the fisherman trying to catch the fish, and below the water you see the fish. Well, let's just say he's massaging something with its mouth. That's a happy fisherman.
Well, I don't know. That doesn't explain my husband fishes from a boat, so.
Oh well, I'm talking about the people who go in right up to the,
Yeah, I know what you're talking. I know. Listen, my husband's looking for a mermaid, then I guess. Huh?
I saw a documentary where they said, let's go to mermaid for just a second. What mermaid people would actually look like if they were actually real. And trust me, there's nothing that you want to bring home. It's not like a little mermaid. No.
Was that was that the Discovery Channel? They did.
I don't remember.
A couple years ago, they did a special on mermaids, and Discovery Channel is kind of known to be respecting science and things like that. And I remember talking with one of my daughters. She says, "No, Mom, they did it. They did an adult daughter," and she says they did a thing about mermaids, and it was on the Discovery Channel, so it must be true. And it wasn't. It wasn't at all. And it was sort of like the megalodon. They did the same thing with Shark Week, or the megalodon. Oh, there might really be a megalodon, and people.
It was like 5 years ago. And,
was it 5 now already? Oh my gosh.
Was so bad.
Yeah.
People see the Discovery Channel. Oh, this must be real. And no, it's beyond. What it was a look at the aquatic ape theory.
Yeah.
On the extreme water-based,
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
But it was so silly.
Yeah, but the thing was, that I remember from it was the fact is these people, because if they're living in if it's people living underwater. The water, they have to have scales, like really thick scales, and they'd be really,
No, they don't have scales. They have thick skin, like
like a walrus. Yeah,
right.
Like all blubbery, like a walrus.
Well, no, like a dolphin.
Or a dolphin, yeah.
Right.
I saw when they mentioned walrus, but same.
Well,
same kind of thing.
If they lived up north, I suppose they would. In the colder waters.
Walrus and seals live on land.
Yeah.
Where dolphins and whales live in water, and they're very streamlined and rather slick looking. I think that's what they were.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking more along the lines if they didn't come up for air, I guess, because they can breathe underwater, I guess. But
walrus come up for air.
Walrus come up for air. Yeah.
So
either way,
whales and dolphins.
Yeah. So either way, it would have to be really blubbery. It would have to be a really blubbery guy.
Like Trump.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
No. Well, yeah and no, but without the orange hair, So, and there wouldn't be hair. They wouldn't have any hair. Hair would not be a thing. It would definitely not be a thing.
If Trump was a fish, he'd be a grouper.
He'd be a catfish.
No, a grouper. Well, anyway.
But the whole show started off the premise with
the reason why I say catfish is because he'd be in the mud.
You grabbing pussy, yeah.
Mud. Yeah.
No, go ahead,
What'd
Tom.
you say, Tom?
I said the whole thing started with several years ago. There was a sonar, not sonar, but they had like a deep sea microphone.
Yeah.
And they got a blip that they didn't know what it was.
Oh yeah,
and they built this whole story around this. That it must could have been a person. Could have been a person. Because the other thing they were thinking was like beluga whales communicate through sonar through that basically the bubble on their head. Mm-hmm. They were implying that they were mermaids. They'd have a similar kind of bubble on their head to communicate.
Well, this is an interesting show today. Oh my goodness.
Went from good news stories to whatever.
Crazy stories.
Well, hey, it's the midweek show.
It's fake news.
Choice.
Yeah.
Dealer's choice. Dealer's choice.
And speaking of dealer's choice, I want to mention a conference that's coming up.
Oh yeah, this conference coming up.
Week of April. ReasonCon, which I'm going to, which is going to be in Hickory, North Carolina, on April 21st and 22nd.
Yeah, Tom's going to go there and represent for Packard Pokesat.
There's going to be Lawrence Krauss is going to be one of the main speakers, but it's also going to have Matt Dillahunty and Aaron Raw.
Nice.
And several other people.
Yes.
You're familiar with the podcast God Awful Movies. They're going to be doing a live show there, and they're also the guys who do Scathing Atheists, as well as the guys from from Cognitive Dissonance, Tom and Cecil.
Yep.
Are going to be there.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So one of the things that they're doing this year is they're representing a lot of podcasts. So hopefully I'll be able to represent us.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you. I hope to get a good word in for us. And if they call me an asshole, tell them, yes, Packard is an asshole.
That's good. They all call each other assholes. So if they call you an asshole, it means you're one of the crowd.
Hey. I hope so. Kind of.
Like, you're an asshole. Oh, I didn't know you liked me. So cool.
Thank you.
They're gonna go. They'll say Packard Sonic. Who the fuck is that? So.
Well, they know who I am. So.
Yeah, at least they know who you are, and they're gonna say, "Why are you associated with that person? He's a fucking idiot." How much you want to bet? Who wants to take bet? I'm writing down. I'll take bets.
This is the third time I'm going to see Lawrence Krauss, so I'm hoping maybe he'll recognize me this time.
Let's hope so.
But Matt Dillahunty and Aaron Raw know who I am, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, we eventually.
That is awesome.
I'd like to get Aaron on the show sometime, if at all possible. Maybe in a future event, if at all possible.
And speaking of conferences, a guy I'd like to have on the show, Thomas True, who put together a conference a couple of years ago called Gateway to Reason. And he's doing the second one the end of July.
Okay.
Gateway to Reason 2. And I'd like to have him on to talk about conferences in general.
Cool.
And talk about his, because he's got a really good lineup on his as well.
Okay. Well, you got to let me know and how to get in touch with him, and we'll see what we can do. All righty. Well, that's it for this show. If you follow the show on iTunes and Stitcher, you'll be getting this show and the staff meeting show, which will be following immediately thereafter this. So you get 2 episodes today. One's for downloadable, and this one will be uploaded to YouTube after it's cleaned up and set and ready to go.
Yeah, good luck.
And don't forget to download Atheist, the Bible, and No Wardrobe, the podcast. And we are still in Genesis, and we're still talking about, as I last recall, Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, part of the Bible. That was an interesting discussion.
I'm sure the musical would be much more interesting than the straight reading of the book, but yes.
Yeah. Well, the musical, makes shit up. We're just reading it right from the Bible. So.
And the Bible's not?
No, that's true. That's true.
That's true.
So be sure to download the Atheist, the Bible, and No Wardrobe, the podcast. You can find that wherever you find Atheist or any podcast is sold or given away for free. Because that's exactly what ours is, given away for free. Because who would buy this shit? So anyway,
I bought that for $1.
Speaking of dollars, real quick, since YouTube has decided to go completely off the rails for a while because it's completely being a total ass bunch with the advertisers right now. If you want to donate to this show, go to patreon.com/PackardPokesat, and you can donate as little as $1 once a month, and that would really help me out to keep the lights on around here. At least try to anyway. Alrighty. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
And that's a wrap.